Let's now go back to KZN, where the Umthayi Marula Festival is currently underway. Of course, it is the 8th celebration where Simpiwe is attending and coming to us from this morning. Let's now go back to him.
And a warm welcome back to the festival, which is the home for the 2018 edition of the Umthayi Marula Festival. Now, I'm joined by the main man. Now, this is actually what happens. Throngs of groups of women, elder women in particular, now deliver the brew of the first fruit of this Amarula Festival to Inkosi Mabhudu Tembe, who is actually the custodian of this tradition. And he joins me now to take us through the history of this tradition. A very good morning to you, Baba. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Morning, Mr. Ngwana and the viewers.
All right, for the benefit of the viewers who don't know much about this particular festival and the tradition, take us through it and just outline the history of it.
Thank you very much. This is very important that each and every tribe need to celebrate their identity. Our identity as Tembe tribe, you'll know that some of us, we are originated in Mozambique and then we flock into South Africa. And coming this side, we actually show the world that we got something that is very unique. We got the Amarula tree that we celebrate as the Tembe tribe, and that it shows our identity in a sense that the fruit is very fatal to show the identity, to celebrate. To our ancestors. This is not the first time that we are celebrating it, but it's been actually carried over from the generation to a generation. So we manage to symbolize this culture as one of the important culture.
Now, as the king and the head of the Tembe clan in this particular region, you've witnessed and experienced this festival for so many years. They've been bringing this fruit and they've been bringing this brew over to you. So, has it been different over the years? Has it been the same, or how do you differentiate it?
Time to time, we are gaining a momentum to this ceremony, in a sense that we are not only celebrating the fruit itself, but it also unites our community. It also symbolizes our indigenous knowledge system. So that alone, it tells us that we should keep on improving to make sure that the celebration is not actually by taking the alcohol itself, but it's also going to carry a number of activities. We have been identified that we are in a very poor area that we need to see what it can actually improve the area. So we got a tourism that we need to improve. We got agriculture we need to improve in a sense that we need to have a farm that it will farm the Amarula trees, and we have to make sure that we are coming up with a number of products. We got a gem that we have to supply the suppliers. We have to make sure that we also have some multi-product out of the fruit.
Now, take us through the economic activities of this particular tradition and the festival. How does the youth get empowered in making sure that they involve themselves in this and they empower themselves? How does that happen?
We got a plan of elevating the initiative of our former president Nelson Mandela. He initiated Ilubombo Special Development Initiative that it will link South Africa, Mozambique and Swaziland. So we need to initiate that through this festival. We have already started to negotiate with the Mozambique. We also negotiated with Swaziland. As I'm speaking right now, we got those delegations from Swaziland. We got a number of 100 from Swaziland. We got a number of Mozambicans. They are over 50. So they are coming to celebrate with us. The whole idea, we want to make sure that we are also promoting what you call a Transfrontier Park, where we have to link the park without the fence on 3 countries. So that alone, it will give the opportunity to the youth that they must be creative in terms of the craftwork, in terms of the tourism and all that. We have a school of excellency that we take our children from here to go and learn the hospitality. So that alone, I think it bring the youth together to come up with a plan to make sure that they utilize all those chances.
Mozambique held theirs last week or the week before, and I understand Swaziland will be hosting theirs next week. So do you attend the other festivals as well? And how far does it go in order to strengthening the ties between these 3 countries?
Yes, before the border, it was in place in 1875. The Tembes, they were situated in the place called Maputo, as the capital city of Mozambique right now. So that alone, it tells you that I'm part of the Mozambicans. So I was invited as a head of the chiefs or Amakosis around Mozambique. We got about 7 of them. I was invited especially to revive the culture we are celebrating this side of the country. And the plan is that we'll have one big Marula Festival in South Africa. On other year, we'll cross the border, and then we do one of the biggest event in Mozambique, so that we can have the very same lifestyle, so that we can teach them how can they improve in terms of taking this culture to a level where it will be seen in the world. The Swatis, they also celebrate the very same event for the fact that we are also related to the Swatis, so that it tells us that the culture is synergized between 3 of us, so that it tells that Africa is actually the one family, in a sense that we need to come together and closer to that, so that we can actually promote these 3 countries in a manner in which that we eliminate the crime, we also create the job opportunities and so forth.
Inkosi Mabhudu Tembe, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and all the best in today's festival.
Okay, thank you very much, and the viewers.
All right, indeed. That is the king of the Tembe clan, Inkosi Mabhudu Tembe, just taking us through the history and the significance of this festival. And one key thing about it is that the Nguni people and the Tembe clan, the Tembe people, actually, this is one festival that, this is one aspect of their lives that they hold dear, that they're so much proud about, that is culture and their tradition for the social cohesion and identity of the Tembe people. This is Morning Live. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.